What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my stream. Today's day 2 of the stream. Yesterday I actually had like 7 concurrent viewers, so thank you so much for that. I looked back at the analytics. So, I must be doing something right. I guess people like watching people struggle because that's all that was happening yesterday. Let me just make sure I'm live. When I'm looking down, I'm just checking my phone to make sure that I am live, and it looks like I am. Yeah, I appreciate anybody clipping my stream or doing anything like that. I was just rewatching the stream yesterday, all 3 hours of it. I watched the whole thing, and it was actually pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna get into the groove of doing the streaming thing. Let me just make sure that I can see the chat. If anybody wants to chat, I can see it on my screen, as you can see right here. I should probably have like a dual monitor set up so that you can't see that. But it's whatever. To me, it's okay. We left off yesterday with the Aeroboticar Uprising game. I'm developing a video game. For those of you new to this series, I would recommend going back to one, but hey, you're already here, so just stay. I'll catch you up if you don't want to go back and watch day 1, which is on my live tab on YouTube. But I'm creating a video game called Aeroboticar Uprising. I've been developing some concept art and videos for the vision of this thing that you see right here. This is called the Aeroboticar. I designed this as a senior engineer at NJIT, New Jersey Institute of Technology. This was my capstone. It turned into a patent, so I actually have a patent for this design right here that you see. You can also see in the background, I created it in real life, so you can manufacture it and make it a real thing in the real world. And in order to make this thing real, like to mass produce these, I think there needs to be some sort of cultural moment for flying cars, and that's kind of what this game is trying to do. It's trying to spark curiosity and interest into the field of aeroboticars, really. I think that's what they should be called. This is the model, so like other people can't call their models aeroboticars, but I feel like a Tesla Model 3, the Model 3 is the model, Tesla is the make. This is the make is Lorenz and the model is Aeroboticar. But I think that's what I envision flying cars to look like. I wanted to steer away from the flying car word, and I wanted to make sure that it sounded and looked what I envisioned flying cars to look like. This is like a drone car, as you can see. That's what I was calling it before. I was like, a drone car? Maybe that's what it should be called. But that wasn't really ringing my bells, so I recently evolved the name to Aeroboticar. It has the aero, robot, and robotic and car in the name. So I think that's just a better like terminology for it. As you can see, it's built with a lot of detail. It has like the frame. You can see there's a frame in there. It even has the propeller, fan, thruster mounts on it, as well as struts. There's a whole story behind the struts. Like this. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a rapper called Kevin Flum, but I messaged him on Facebook and I was like, hey, can you make a song about flying cars? And he dropped a song called Mansion Tears like 3 days later, and it had like a UFO kind of sound effect to it in the background. And he was like, "Titties are cool, but I really like butts. Got a bad check? Yeah, I don't like. I don't need sluts. Pack coming in, and I might need struts. I always get gas, so I don't need runs." So that kind of bar right there, or that verse, he said struts, and I don't know what he meant by like struts other than the flying car. He's saying that the flying car might need struts. Maybe he looked at my design and was like, "You probably need struts for that," or something, like a landing thing. That's how I interpreted it, because I don't know. I've never heard someone say something might need struts. So I think that was his like kind of nod to the whole project, and I made struts because of that song. And this makes no physical sense. This one needs to be redesigned. The only thing that these are kind of doing is that they're holding together the top airfoil and the middle airfoil and the bottom airfoil together, because other than that, these airfoils are not connected to anything other than the strut, and the strut is kind of the holding part between the two airfoil things. So anyway, that's kind of the story. But so yeah, here's the level design. I'll just be honest, like I was yesterday. It's just repeating buildings that extend out to the end of the level here. This has a collider somewhere in the environment. Building wall, boundary wall. So there's a boundary wall, there's a sky boundary, there's a ground, which we're having trouble with. I think I did this wrong, because as you can see, this has like 160 entities on it, and I think that's why I'm glitching when I play the game, and I'll show you in a second. But yeah, boundary walls everywhere, just to keep you kind of in the play area of the level. The buildings also have sort of a boundary on them. They're rigid body and collision entity components, so that you can't like go this way. You can only stay inside the boundaries. But I want to show you guys what I've been struggling with, which is what I worked on all day yesterday. So let's go ahead and load up the game. Let's get started with development. I hope that gives enough background for the video game. So yeah, here's the loading screen. I might repeat this a few times in different streams, just because not everybody is going to be on the same page when coming to my stream. I don't know, maybe it's the same people as yesterday that are going to come to my stream, so maybe you guys already know. So, but just know there's a loading screen. I'll just go over it real quick, just in case there is anybody new. But there is a script here for loading, and I literally just added a logo. It's a transparent PNG file, and I changed the background color. So let's get started. Last time I checked, I couldn't jump on that side of the road, but I can jump on this side of the road, and it's a mystery why. But I was laying in bed last night, and I was thinking about it, and I think it might have to do something with my ground. See how there's like all these entities? So I'm gonna disable this. I'm gonna bring up the ground underneath and see if that helps. The grass, let's disable the grass. Oops, not the ground underneath. I kind of want to just get rid of I just want to get rid of all the ground because I know that some sort of, like, I guess I was calling it like the dressing. Let's go ahead and play this. Let's go ahead and play this, see what happens. Okay, I still can't jump, but I can jump on that side. That is so weird. I don't know, like, I don't even I thought that was gonna work. I honestly did. But I do want to create a new entity and sort of rebuild the ground, because I think I could do it better. So road straight is an asset, a render asset. So let's go ahead and get the environment from Kenny. Shout out Kenny. Kenny sit commercial roads, and I believe it's called Road Straight. Somewhere in these folders is called Road Straight, and I think it might be this one. So I'm gonna grab this and put it out into the world. Or no, this one. Okay, so I'm gonna attach that to the ground, and then I'm literally gonna take the ground, scale it. Whoops. Scale it the X direction. Yep. See how easy that was? I think that's a much better approach to what I was doing before. I always do brute force method first. Just to, I don't know why I do that, honestly. I think I glitch or something. I'm not sure. But I made all this, which this can be deleted. Delete that, and look how much like space I saved in memory. Look how long it's taking to delete, you know. So I'm just waiting for that. I could have probably not done it that way, because that's a really big file, or sort of like entity that I just deleted. But I could have just deleted like that, like one by one. Let's just delete all these one by one. 160 roads. Yeah, I think I have to restart my engine or my editor, because it's taking a while to register that I'm deleting it. Oh, there it goes. But it says one active job for some reason. So I guess I can restart the page, but I don't want to break anything. Okay, so the ground entity's done. There is a grass component here. The cube, enable it. I'm really not sure what I did here. This is probably very poor level design, but I think that has to be another entity. I think this like has to be like grass sort of thing. And I'm gonna grab this and put it on this so that entities that are part of a template cannot be reparented outside the template. Oh, okay, I see. So this can be disabled, I believe. And then this can be scaled this way and that way. I don't know, maybe something like the grass or something was messing up. I don't know, it's such a weird bug. I'm not really sure. I do like to keep let's do -0.0 -0.1. Scale it. No. Let's do -0.5. Alright, that looks better. It's like a stretched out sort of, you know, whoa, what's going on here? Okay, let's not do that. What do you call something that's the ground? Try to make a new entity and put these both underneath it. Oh, by the way, I didn't introduce Gemini yet, but I am using the AI from Google called Gemini, and didn't mention it because I feel like I mentioned it yesterday, but I am coding using, well, prompting Gemini to give me the code that I need for whatever I'm designing so that I can just focus on the higher level big picture things like story and level design, and not have to worry too much about mechanics or how a computer works, because someone already figured that out a long time ago. And there's no point of me reinventing the wheel or even having to memorize all of that. But what do you call, I guess, floor? Floor. So there's a grid here. Wait, why isn't the road moving with the floor? Oh, it is. It is. Okay. Why isn't the grass? It is. I want to get into coding. I know that's probably what you guys want to see. But I am kind of stuck on this sort of glitch that's been going on where I can only jump on the right side of the road. This was my plan yesterday, to kind of just clean up the dressing of the floor. I guess I'm calling it the floor. Or you know what? I can call it ground. and then call this road. And then I could call that grass. What is this? I don't even know what that is. It's poor level design. That's what that is, I guess. Can I delete this? Oh yeah, I can. Okay. Cool. I wasn't sure if that would break anything, but I guess it didn't. And I guess we can bring the ground down a little bit. Let's see what happens if I start it like that. Just, I like guessing and checking. That's kind of cool. How we're in the air and stuff. Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I think that this ground underneath thing can be deleted. And what's the best practice for putting where here? Let me ask Gemini. What's the best practice for which parent or child entity should I place the ground rigid body component on? Let's see what happens. Let's see what it says. I'm not sure if it's gonna know the answer to that question or what I'm even insinuating. The best practice is to place rigid body, set the static, and the corresponding collision component directly on the entity that visually represents the ground surface players will walk on. Okay, so let's place it on here. Rigid body. What's going on? Why is it blue? The rigid body, when combined with a collision component, allows your entities to be simulated using realistic physics. A rigid body component will fall under gravity and collide with other rigid bodies. Using scripts, you can apply forces. Okay. I might have to bring ground up to 0. A single ground entity with both rigid body static and collision box components is usually the most straightforward and reliable setup. Okay, so I need to add a collision component as well. Apply to row. Collision volume. Use this in conjunction with the PC rigid body component to make a collision volume that can be simulated using the physics engine. If the PC entity does not have a PC rigid body component, then this collision volume will act as a trigger volume. When an entity with a dynamic or kinematic body enters or leaves the entity with a trigger volume, both entities will receive trigger events. I wonder if you need a collision entity for the jumping. But so here we go. Road straight, rigid body. Oh. Okay. Oh, okay. So that's what collision is. That's what it is. Okay. Can I make it like really flat? I wonder if I can make it 0. And then make this 2000. I know, very long. It's the whole level. Okay. Probably doesn't need to be 10. It could be 6 or 7. Okay. Well, it's giving me these things. Let's see if that works. Nope. What's F12 saying? Hit none. Hit road straight. So now it's saying none. Now it's saying road straight. I wonder if because I mean maybe Gemini is not perfect, but maybe PlayCanvas jumping code. Maybe they have. Maybe they on forums. Maybe they have like the code that I can. Here's a simple script that will allow the player to jump using physics. Make sure that the entity you attach to this has a collision and a rigid body component attached. I tried implementing it, changing the mass of the character and other things, but it's not working. Is it because I have a first-person camera controlled? When I press space, it teleports me back to this. How do I have to copy the script and paste it on the player I want to jump, or do I have to make custom script? Well, it's a very simple script. You can try and adding it on an entity that has a rigid body component and see for yourself if it works or not. I inserted it. Did I do something wrong? No, that seems quite correct. I'm using it for the first person game I'm making. Does it not work in first person? The script doesn't have any requirement. If you check the code, it will only add an impulse on the y-axis to the body you attach it to. Did you attach it to an entity in the editor? How do I do that? Okay. Could I send me what I added and still not working? Try increasing the impulse value. That was a copy of what I did. I did everything you told me, but it's not working for me. Yeah, I don't know why Gemini is giving me like a laser Yeah, I feel like Gemini is giving me like a very complicated way of jumping. See, like check ground, and then there's a check ground thing. Here, let's just do this. Hold on. Is there an easier way to solve the jumping controls? Maybe with this code, perhaps? Why are you recommending raycast in the first place? Isn't it something very simple like this? Let's see what it says. I mean, yes, your code is definitely simpler for applying the jump impulse itself. However, the reason I recommend the raycast or the collision contact method is to prevent jumping in midair. Why your simple code isn't enough. Very simple and directly applies upward force. This code runs every frame. If the player presses the spacebar, it applies the impulse no matter what. This means they can jump repeatedly while falling, effectively flying upwards. Why raycast and ground check is necessary. The raycast's only job is to figure out, is the player currently touching the ground. It sets the this.canJump variable to true if the ray hits the ground just below the player and false otherwise. We then combine this check with your simple jump logic inside the update function. First, perform the ground check using raycast or collision. This.checkGround function. This updates this.canJump. Then check your jump input. If this.app.keyboard was pressed, only apply impulse if the ground check passed and cooldown allows. Hold on. So the raycast isn't instead of your jump code. It's a necessary condition added before your jump code runs to make sure the jump only happens when allowed. I see. Interesting. Checking the screen. No one's watching. I mean, I feel like, it's Sunday, maybe. That's why. I'm not sure. I got a new jacket for the stream. I was like, I don't want to wear the same thing tomorrow, so I went to Macy's and I bought. She forgot to take the tag off, so the alarm went off when I walked out the door. I was like, hold on, let me check if the tag is there, and it was. So I went back and she took it off. So anyways, I'm not really sure. First person movement dot prototype dot update. Key space. If this can jump, let's just try to read the code and see. Let's just try to read from the top and see what's going on. Okay, initialize, create script, first person movement. It has camera attributes, power attributes, look speed, jump power, and ground check distance. Reset to smaller default. First person movement attributes, jump cooldown. Let me just tighten this up a little bit. Oops. Alright, so now it looks neater. More organized. Wait, where's this at? Oh, that needs to go here too. Okay. Alright. First person movement prototype initialize function. Console.log first person movement initialize start. Did that happen? First person movement initialize start is on. This dot force new PC vectory. This Euler's new PC vectory. Can jump is false. I wonder if we did true here, if that would help. I mean, let's see if that works. If we just set it to true right away, if it will allow me to jump. No, it won't. How am I? Alright, press spacebar but not on ground. Can jump equals false. So let's change that back to false, since that's not what helped. Var app, this app mouse on mouse move, this on mouse move this, app dot mouse on mouse down. This is just the camera script. First person movement, prototype enable, pointer lock. This dot check ground runs ground check immediately. Reset jump timer on enable. Okay. Console log. First person movement enable, event fired, attempting pointer lock, initial can jump. This can jump. Attempting initial can jump. This can jump. Okay. First person movement check ground. Ground check start. That's the variable. This dot entity get position function dot clone. What's it? Returns an identical copy of the specified three-dimensional vector. Check ground. This ground check distance plus 0.1. Ray distance including buffer. Okay, I think they added that. Ground check n, ground check start dot clone dot add PC vec3 down dot clone dot scale check distance. Result, this app system rigid body raycast first, ground check start, ground check end. Set on ground based only whether the ray hit anything. Far on crash result does not equal null. Previously can jump, this can jump. On ground and where's the on ground? Set on ground based only on whether the ray hit anything. Result is this app system rigid body raycast first, ground check start, ground check end. Ground check start clone. Check distance. Ground check distance plus point. What if I delete that? What does that do? Still works. I don't think we need that buffer. Okay. Ground check hit result dot entity dot name error. Okay. What does that mean? Can jump true. If previously can jump and not on ground. How do you determine if something's on the ground though? Result. App system rigid body raycast first. Ground check start, ground check end. Ground check start, get position dot clone. Optional. Adjust start Y if player origin is centered. If player origin is centered, ground check start dot Y negative 0.5. Adjust start Y. What is start Y? What is that? The starting Y? If player origin is centered, ground check start dot Y equals negative 0.5. I have no idea what that means. Ground check start. On ground. I wish I could get like someone to tell me why it's working sometimes, but it's not working all the time. I'm tired of this problem. Spacebar pressed but not on ground. Can jump equals false. Spacebar pressed but not on ground. Where is that at? The console. Spacebar pressed but not on ground. Okay, can jump impulse, PC vec up, clone scale this jump power. This dot entity dot rigid body dot apply impulse jump impulse. This can jump equals false. Prevent immediate rejump. This jump timer is this dot jump cooldown. Jump starting cooldown. I think I'm gonna post on the forums, cause I feel like that should be a bug that they should know about. So I'm just gonna log in right now. Sign in with Google. I don't want to give out my emails or anything like that. So hold on just for 1 second. Alright. Let's see if is that a good idea? Who do I talk to? My posts. Welcome to our community. Visit topper categories and just start reading. No, I've definitely posted before. Hold on. I've definitely posted before. This is not the right account. I think I lost my account. Help and support. New topic. What is the discussion about in one brief sentence? Raycast jumping bug. Raycast jumping bug. Let me just ask Gemini to write it. I am still getting the bug where I can only jump on the right side of the road. I am writing a PlayCanvas forum post, and I need your help summarizing what's going on. Hold on, there's like, hello, I want to find out how to jump distance from the player to object directly. I made a raycast here for jumping, it works fine, except the fact that you can jump infinitely. I thought raycast could already stop infinitely jumping. Okay, so let's create a separate topic because I feel like this is new. I'm looking at some raycast jumping topics, but I attached the forum create topic prompt it provides. Here is the link to the editor. Please help me write the discussion post. I don't feel like writing it. I mean, I would write it, but I just kind of want to see what it says. If it helps me, I'll obviously review it and make sure it's all right. Scripting. Okay, let's craft that forum post. You've done excellent debugging, and describing it clearly will help others understand the issue. Here's a draft for your PlayCanvas forum post, incorporating the details we've uncovered. Raycast ground check fails intermittently only on left side of nearby object. Hi everyone, I'm working on a first-person controller and I have a strange issue with my jump mechanic, which uses a raycast downwards to check if the player is grounded. The problem: jumping using the space bar works perfectly fine in most areas of my test scene. However, specifically when I stand near the left side of my main vehicle entity, the jump fails. If I move to the right side of the same vehicle, jumping works reliably. My player entity has a dynamic rigid body and a collision component. Movement and jumping are handled by a script called firstpersonmovement.js. Inside this script, the update function calls checkground function every frame. Checkground performs a raycast first downwards for near the player's origin. Get position.y plus raycast start offset for a short distance. Ground check distance plus 0.1. The raycast uses a filter callback to ignore the player entity itself and only hit entities in the default physics group ID 1. Okay, I don't think that's true because I deleted that. If the raycast hits a valid entity, a this.can jump flag is set to true provided a jump cooldown isn't active. Pressing spacebar applies an upward impulse only if this can jump is true. My ground entity has a static rigid body and a collision component, and its rigid body group is set to default. Debugging done. Console logs confirm that when standing on the right side of the Aeroboticar, the check ground raycast correctly logs hit ground. Setting can jump equals true. When standing on the left side of the Aeroboticar, the check ground raycast logs hit none filtered. Set can jump equals false, even though the player visually appears to be on the same ground. This happens consistently only on the left side relative to the vehicle. My hypothesis is it seems the raycast is somehow missing the ground collider, or perhaps hitting an invisible part of the Aeroboticar's collider only when the player is on the left side. If it hits the Aeroboticar, the filter should ignore it, resulting in hit none. I've checked the Aeroboticar's colliders and can't see anything obvious that would only block the ray on one side. Project links. Here's the direct link to the editor. You can test by launching, walking up to the Aeroboticar, and trying to jump on both sides, its left and right sides. Relevant code. Check ground function, first person movement. Could anyone take a look and suggest why the raycast might be failing specifically on the left side of the Aeroboticar? Any idea would be greatly appreciated. Thanks. Feel free to copy and paste this. It clearly explains the problem, what you've tried and provides. Okay. Okay. Let's see if that works. I mean, it looks good. And then how do I add code? Code highlight, block quote, hyperlink, code highlight. I don't think I have. Well, he's just doing prototype jet ground, and so he's doing prototype check ground. This dot can jump. This dot check ground. But I hope it's not doing the filtering ignore thing, because I don't think I'm using that. It was like making my computer lag before, so I disabled it. Safety check for rigid body system. Sorry for breathing into the mic. I don't think I'm doing the filtering stuff. Here, let me delete this. Man, this is hard, man. This is hard. This is like Navy SEAL shit or something. My brain is fried. Check ground function here. Let me just upload the check ground function. The check ground function I think is relevant. And so is and the jump logic. I think that and the jump logic. There's some code in between and around the one here, but you'll be able to find it on the editor. Thank you. Or no, I'm not going to say thank you. There's some code in between and around the one here, but you'll be able to find it in the editor. No, don't say that. Oh yeah, say this. This is good. This is good. Can anyone take a look and suggest why the right cast might be failing specifically on the left side of the aerobotic? I mean, this is like, I don't know. I feel like the only way to solve this problem is if like you understood like assembly language or something and reasoned in like binary. That's pretty much yeah. Hi everyone, I'm working on a first-person controller. I'm just going to read this over and having a strange issue with my jump mechanic, which uses the raycast downwards to check if the player is grounded. The problem jumping using the spacebar works perfectly fine in most areas of my test scene. However, specifically when I stand near the left side of my main vehicle entity, Aeroboticar, the jump fails. If I move to the right side of the same vehicle, jumping works reliably. Setup. My player entity has a dynamic rigid body and a collision component. Movement and jumping are handled by a script called first person movement. I read all this already. I'm just reading this real quick. Only when the player is on its left side. If it hits the Aeroboticar, the filter should ignore it, resulting in hit none. I've checked the Aeroboticar's colliders and can't see anything obvious that would only block the ray on one side. Here's a direct link. Okay. I guess that's good. Relevant code, check ground function from first person movement. Could anyone take a look and suggest why my raycast might be failing specifically on the left side? Create topic. Alright. Let's see what the community responds with. One Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. I don't know. No one's watching this stream. I feel like I don't even know what to do other than try to fix the jump logic raycast problem. You know, I feel like the answer is not going to be something I like. You know? It's not something I'm going to enjoy. I might go to Wegmans and buy some food. But what else can we work on while someone's figuring that out? I want the Aeroboticar to be able to shoot. But before I do that, I think I'm going to get I'm gonna do things one step at a time and get the first person player to shoot like a gun. It's gonna be difficult. And honestly, I feel like I did a lot already today. I don't know. I've been live for an hour. I want to be able to first person shoot a gun in the PlayCanvas game. How would I go about doing that, assuming I have the gun asset? Assuming I have the gun asset and I want to attach it to the player in such a way that it makes it look like the person playing is holding a gun and is able to shoot it with left mouse button and aim down sight with right mouse button and reload with X. Oh crap, X is these might conflict. Pressing X to reload and pressing X to enter Aeroboticar. Let's just say R. Reload R. Right mouse button and oh, thanks for joining. Thank you. I see you. That's awesome. Side with right mouse button and reload with R. So right now we're trying to figure out, I think that's the whole prompt, honestly. So I think the first thing I'm gonna have to do is go to Kenny's website and look for assets. I like this guy. He has like cool little assets. That's how this is how I got my map. Okay, let's break down to add first person game mechanics. We'll modify your script to handle this. Gun setup in editor. Import gun model. Import your gun 3D model asset into PlayCanvas. Okay, assets. Let's do 3D. First we have to look for an asset, like a gun asset, which we're going to get Maybe the mini arcade. Oh no, mini arcade is like. I wonder if he has gun. Oh no. Alright. 3D gun asset for game development. Top game assets, tag 3D and gun. Free game guns on Sketchfab. But I'm wondering, okay, what kind, here's the thing. I don't know what kind of gun this guy is gonna have. Because I feel like the gun sets the whole vibe for... The gun sets the whole vibe for the game. And I don't know if I want it to be like a realistic looking handgun maybe. Like a Desert Eagle. We can do that. Low poly weapon bundle. Is this compatible with... I wonder... what kind of like, is it an FBX or I mean, I don't want it to look too realistic. Let's see this one. Oh, like a weapon blaster. Oh yeah, this works actually. Name your own price. Support on Patreon. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Why isn't this on his website? I don't know. I'll give you $5. I'll give you $5. How do I change that to 5? Okay. Here, let me do this privately real quick. Pay with card. Full name. The CV. Oh, I should probably not say that out loud. Alright, pay $5. Complete the CAPTCHA. Thank you so much for the blaster kit, Kenny. I feel like that's the perfect sort of thing that I'm looking for right now. Oh, create an account. Okay, create an account. Or log into itch.io instantly. Let me just make sure that sure, log in with GitHub. I think I have a GitHub account. Pretty sure. Okay, it's asking me for a verification code. 869841. Authorize. Sweet. Okay. Let me think now. Oh, first let me just go back to how things were with the camera on the stream. Now, I believe that I have the Kenny Blaster right here. Extract all. Nice. And models, OBJ format, FBX. Okay, FBX. I'm going to create a folder here called Blasters. What are they called? Blaster kit? Gun blasters. And then I'm going to take the blaster kit, move it right here. Okay, that didn't work. FBX. Maybe I need to import somehow. Upload. Kenny Blasters, models, FBX. Open. Okay. Blaster A. This is fun. I'm having fun. Oh, that looks good. I think this guy, or this guy, or this guy. Does that look good? Like a blaster like that? That looks good. I feel like that's a good blaster. That's a good blaster to me. So what is the Gemini saying? Import your gun model. Wait, do I need to add materials to it? Nope. All done for you? Okay. Import gun model. Find your player, expand it, and find your camera player entity. Right click on the camera player entity and select new entity model. New entity model. 3D. Oh no. It says model legacy. Rename this new entity to something like gun model. Render box, capsule, cone, cylinder, plane, sphere, G-splat, model. I think it's gonna be render. Okay, gun model. Assign model. Select the gun model entity in the inspector, find the model component, and assign your imported gun model asset to the model slot. Okay, I think it's this way. And then just assign the colors. Get rid of this guy. And I think I need to scale this guy down a little bit to like 0.1. Okay. Okay, assign your model, gun model entity in this inspector. Find the model component and assign your imported gun model asset to the model slot. Position the gun. With gun model selected, adjust its local position and local rotation in the inspector. Position it so it appears correctly in front of the camera in the game view, simulating being held. You'll likely need to move it slightly forward, z-axis down, and maybe to the right. Rotate it as needed. This takes some trial and error to look right. Okay. This is fun. I like this. This is relaxing to me. Let's see. What does it look like right now? It just looks like I'm pointing it at myself. Rotate this way. Maybe 180 degrees would probably okay. What does it look like now? And then to the right. And down. And then back a little bit. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, that looks so cool actually. Oh yes. Oh yes, baby. I don't know about that color though. Maybe like a black or something. Maybe we can change this to black. That literally looks pretty perfect. Wow. Okay. Add shooting, aim down sight and reload logic script. Modify your first person movement script. Here's the structure and key additions. New weapon attributes. First person movement initialize function. Your existing initialize code, force sealers, mouse listener, component checks. Okay, new weapon state variables. Ensure camera FOV is set correctly at start. This hip FOV camera. This dot camera. Hip field of view. Default camera. This hip field of view. Update default if camera existed. Add listener for shoot, mouse down and aim, mouse down, mouse up. This dot app, mouse dot on, PC dot event, mouse down. This dot handle, mouse down. This. Okay. Keep your enable function. Check reload key. Smooth ADS okay, so attach script. Make sure this updated is attached to player. Drag your camera player entity into the camera attribute. Drag your gun model entity, the child of the camera, into the gun model entity attribute. Adjust power, look speed, jump power, ground check distance, jump cooldown, raycast as before. Adjust at ADS FOV, hip FOV, max ammo, and reload time to your liking. Player components. Ensure your player has rigid body dynamic and collision components. If you want the raycast to detect enemies, select your enemy entities and add a tag named enemy in the inspector. I don't know what that means. Added attributes to link to the guns, set FOVs, ammo, and reload time. State variables added is aiming, is reloading timers and ammo count and initialize. Mouse handlers, handle mouse down and handle mouse up. Listen for left, right clicks to trigger shooting or aiming. Shoot function, decrements ammo, performs a raycast first from the camera forward. Logs what was hit, you'll add damage logic here. ADS logic, handle mouse down, up, toggle this dot aiming. The update function smoothly changes camera.fov based on this flag. Gun model position change is optional. Start reload function is reloading flag, starts reload timer. The update function is reloading, counts timer, reload timer. When it hits 0, ammo is refilled and is reloading becomes false. The update function checks if R was pressed and calls start reload if possible. This provides the basic framework. You'll need to add visual elements like muzzle flashes, impact effects, UI for ammo, and potentially animations to make it feel complete. Okay, so this is going to be a lot harder than I thought. This was the easy part, adding the gun. That's something I could do, but so how would I implement gun logic like how does the engine know if I accurately shot someone? Would it be through excuse me, raycast, or is there some sort of default code that already exists for this somewhere? And if so, can you explain the whole mechanic for me so I understand what's going on? Oh man, I'm hungry. I should have ate before I started streaming. Yes, the most common and accurate way game engine likes PlayCanvas know if you shot someone is through raycasting. Think of it like instantly shooting an invisible laser beam from your gun or your camera's viewpoint in the exact direction you're aiming. When you press the left mouse button, the shoot action, your script initiates the raycast. Origin and direction. The code determines the starting point, the origin of the laser beam, usually the tip of your gun model or the center of the player camera, and the direction it should travel, typically straight forward from the camera or gun. The cast. The script tells the physics engine, shoots this invisible laser beam from this origin in this direction for this maximum distance. Example, 1,000 meters. Intersection check. The physics engine instantly calculates if the path of that laser beam intersects with any physics collider, the invisible shapes used for collision detection, attached to other objects in the scene. The result. The engine reports back what the laser beam hit. In PlayCanvas, the function this app system rigid body raycast for start point endpoint is often used. If the beam hits nothing within the maximum distance, the function returns null. If it hits one or more colliders, it returns information about the very first thing it hit. This information result usually includes result entity, the specific entity that was hit, example, the enemy character. Result point, the exact coordinate in the world where the beam hit the surface. Result.normal, the direction the surface was facing at the point of impact. Implementing the gun logic. There's no default shooting code built into PlayCanvas. You have to write the logic yourself using the raycasting tool provided by the physics engine. Here's the typical flow in your script like first-person movement.js. Input, detect the left mouse button, press. If event.button is PC mouse button left, check conditions, make sure the player can shoot. Example, not reloading has ammo. Calculate rate, determine the start point and end point for the raycast, usually based on this camera position and this camera forward. Perform raycast. Call this app system's rigid body raycast for a start point end point. Process result. Check if result is not null. If it's not null, check what was hit. Result entity. Identify target. Does result entity have an enemy tag? Does it have a health script? Apply consequences. If it's a valid target like an enemy, tell that enemy it was hit. This is usually done by calling a function on a script attached to the enemy, like result entity script health, take damage, damage amount. Visual audio feedback. Play a gunshot sound, instantiate a bullet hole decal or particle effect like sparks or blood at the result point. Update ammo. Decrease the player's ammo count. So the engine provides the raycast tool to detect hits accurately, but you write the code to use that tool and decide what happens when a hit occurs. Okay, so can you lay out the exact instructions in stepwise form, like 1, do this, 2, do that, 3, add this, 4, make that happen, etc., to tell me what exactly I need to be aware of going into this so that I don't head down any rabbit holes unnecessarily, and know how to prompt you, because this is my first time doing this, and I would like a summary lesson for what I should expect on this journey of making guns work in the game. Let's see what happens. I should have eaten, man. I'm not trying to complain, I'm just saying. Just a sec. Clarifying the guide's focus. Okay, here's a step-by-step roadmap for adding basic FPS gun mechanics to your PlayCanvas game. Set up the gun model. Goal, make the gun visible and attached to the player's view. Action, import your 3D gun model into PlayCanvas. I did all that. Handle player input. Detect when the player wants to shoot, aim, or reload. Inside your first-person movement script or your dedicated weapon script, in the initialize function, in the update function, implement shooting raycast. Fire an invisible line from the camera gun when the left mouse button is clicked and see what it hits. Create a shoot function in your script. Inside shoot, determine the start point, usually this camera get position. Determine the end point, usually the start point plus this camera forward, same long distance. Call this app system rigid body raycast first. Start position, start point, end point to perform the raycast. Check the result returned by the raycast. Process the hit result. Decide what happens based on what the raycast hit. Inside the shoot function, after getting the result, if result is not null, meaning something was hit, get the hit entity result.entity. Check if result.entity is an enemy using tags. Result.entity tags has enemy. If it's an enemy, call a function on the enemy script to make it take damage. Result entity script enemy take damage amount. You'll need to create the enemy health script later. Optional. Instantiate visual effects like a bullet hole or spark particle effect at the hit location. Result point. Decrement your current ammo variable. Play a gunshot sound. Implement aim down sight. Zoom the camera view slightly when the right mouse button is held. Add script attributes for add ADS FOV and hip FOV. Create a Boolean variable this dot aiming in your script initially false. In your mouse down event listener, if the right button is pressed, set this dot aiming equals true. In your mouse up event listener, if the right button is released, set this is aiming false. In the update function, check this is aiming. If true, set this camera FOV towards this ADS FOV. Otherwise, set it towards this hip FOV. Use PC Math lerp for a smooth transition. Create a Boolean variable in your script initially false if in your event listener. In the update function, check if true starts this, otherwise set it to this up. Slightly change your gun model's local position when aiming to center it more. Okay, hold on. Let me, because I like to keep things like, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, because I kind of just, anyways. I don't like 3-digit decimals points. I like to keep it like, neat. And I try to keep it, one significant figure or two. Yeah, like 1 or 2 significant figures. Or if there's a decimal, I don't like it to go out too many digits. Refill ammo after delay when the R key is pressed. Add script attributes for max ammo and reload time. Create state variables. This current ammo, start at max ammo. This is reloading, boolean, start false. This reload timer. Numbers start 0. In the update function, if R is pressed and this is reloading and this current ammo is less than max ammo, start the reload timer, and maybe play a sound animation. If this is reloading is true, decrease reload timer by DT delta time. If reload timer drops below 0, finish reloading. Set this is reloading false, current ammo, this max ammo, and update the UI. Modify the shoot function and mouse down handler to prevent shooting if this reloading is true or this is current ammo is less than or equal to 0. Add UI effects and polish. Give the player feedback. Create UI elements using HTML, CSS, or PlayCanvas's UI system to display the current ammo count. Update this UI in the shoot and reload functions. Add sound components to entities and play sounds for shooting, reloading, hitting targets, empty clip, etc. Create simple particle effects for muzzle flash and impacts. Instantiate them when shooting, hitting. Key expectation. Expect a lot of trial and error, especially with positioning the gun model, tuning raycast distances, adjusting jump power movement, and making the ADS feel right. Use console log frequently to check variable values and see if functions are being called when you expect. So here's the gun. It's gonna be able to shoot. I want to polish it completely in the future and complete all of the optional steps that you mentioned. I did step 1, importing the gun model already. I am ready to move on to the next step. Here is first person movement.js. Please update it with all of the, what is it called when you prefurbish something? Crap, no, I didn't mean to press enter. No, stop it. Prefurbished? Prefurbished code so that we can develop onto steps 7. and onward. Alright. First person movement. Here we go. Let's see what it says. Expanding functionality and implementation, developing shooting logic. Whoa, I've never seen it do this before. I think that means I have a lot of code or something, or maybe they updated it. I think if it's over 200 lines of code, they do it like this. Wow. 300 lines of code. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Let's integrate the core logic for shooting, aiming down sight, and reloading directly in your first-person movement script. I'll provide the complete updated script file. Remember to replace the entire contents of your existing first-person movement with this code. Remember to replace your existing first-person movement JS content with this code. Save the script. Go to the PlayCanvas editor. Select your player entity. In the inspector, link the required entities. Set the values for the new attributes gun model. Drag your gun model entity here. ADS FOV, hip FOV, max ammo, reload time. Parse the script in the editor, launch and test shoot. Left click, aiming, hold, right click, reloading R. This provides the core mechanics. You can now build upon this by adding sound effects, particle effects, and UI feedback. There is no way someone figured out how to do this. That's crazy. First person. Is this even gonna work? Let's see. I mean, parse it. Player entity. First person movement. Parse. Wow. Let's show this to Gemini. Let's go here. Sorry. Let me explain what I'm doing. I am just uploading a screenshot of the error right now. Whoops. Get rid of this. I can't get rid of that. Okay. This is the error from that code. Let's see what it says. I think it like, hey, what's up, Art? NRTK. Yes, I am making a game. While that's loading, I'll tell you a little bit about the game. NRTK. It's called Aeroboticar Uprising. It's a first-person shooter as well as a third-person flight simulator type game where you can shoot enemies and there's going to be a storyline behind it. I'm currently working on like the mechanics behind the first person shooter mechanics, and I'm using Gemini very heavily to sort of generate the code for all of it, because I do not know how to code. I mean, I understand it, but I don't know like the language behind it and how things, like the syntax. It's really just syntax, and I don't know that. So, just to let me go down. Okay, I see the error in the screenshot. It's the exact same issue we encountered with UI.js. The script attributes are being declared before the script type is registered with PC.register script. The fix is simple. We just need to reorder the sections at the end of your first person movement. I'll regenerate the entire script with the correct order. Please replace the whole content of your first person movement script file with the corrected version. The key change: move the line register script first person movement from the very end of the file to immediately after the closing curly brace of the class. First person movement definition: kept all the first person movement attributes calls after register script line. This is the correct structure for the modern PlayCanvas engine. Save this, go to editor, parse script component, make sure the errors disappear. Alright. I don't think I don't see the code. Okay, so regenerate. Oh, canvas. Here. Okay, here's the code. Here's the working code. That's what I should say. Here's the working code. Please update it to, hold on, I'll answer you in a second. To what? Actually, I'll answer you now. Damn, that's cool. There's a demo already. This is the demo that I'm working on. It might be like 1 or 2 levels that you play. There's gonna be like a tutorial, depending on how much space I have, because PlayCanvas only gives me 10 gigabytes. So if I can fit, I'm gonna try to fit as many levels as I can. I'm thinking maybe 1 or 2 for the first sort of demo. I'm making the demo right now, so hopefully that answers your question. Please update it to what you just said with all the code, and make sure. Okay, let's just say that. Hopefully he understands what I'm trying to say. Let's see. You got it. My apologies for the confusion with the syntax changes earlier. Let's stick with the structure you have and just add the jump logic. Wait, what? I think Gemini is getting confused. Yeah, this game is where will I post the game? LorenzAero.com. Lorenz, Lorenz, Aero, AERO.com. And then /game. LorenzAero.com/game. I think I broke Gemini. I think this might be too big of a request. Hold on, let me pause this. For the first person shooting mechanics that also predict what I will need in the future. Yeah, I think this is well, let's just be patient. See if it can handle all of that. I mean, it switched to Canvas now. When you finish, I will test it and give you feedback. Good luck with your game. Thank you so much, and RTK. I appreciate that. I will do my best to create it and make it working for you to the best of my ability. I mean, we're stuck at a sort of overload kind of. I think I overloaded Gemini with my prompt. I said to, here's the working code. Oh, it's going. It's going, guys. Okay, I understand. We'll stick with the script structure you have. PC create.script and prototype and add the necessary code for the FPS mechanics directly into that working version. Here's your complete first-person movement script exactly as you provided, with only the necessary code for shooting ADS and reloading added. Okay. How many lines is that? It's still going. Wow, I am genuinely impressed by Gemini's capabilities. Let's see if that works. Why wouldn't it work? I don't know. I'm not. Oh, nice. Gun model entity. Here it is. I wonder what happens now when I play it. I hope I don't get an error. That's the only thing. This game has just become press X to enter Aeroboticar. Oh, he changed the field of view. Physics system or groups not found. Raycast filtering may fail. Okay. Hit building array inverted at point. Oh, it's working. No freaking way. You guys see that? You see that? It says ammo left 25, ammo left 24. Hit Aeroboticar. Yo, that's sick. Now I just need to add like all that stuff that I'm seeing on the screen. And bro, we got a shooter. And then I can enter, X out, shoot more, X. Bro, this is dope. Thanks, Gemini. That's awesome. This might be difficult to prompt. Thanks, NRTK. NRTK, I appreciate it. We're far, far, far from it being done. Well, actually, with Gemini's help, we might be close. It's just I'm like really slow. Like I'm super slow. So, wow, thanks, Gemini. I'm gonna like that. Where's the like button? Here, let me X out of this. Thank you. Oh no, I X'd out of it. Oh no, I X'd out of it. How do I get it back? See, because this is getting very, very bulky. So I think I need to make Gemini a little bit more, give it a little bit more space to work. Okay, it's working. Okay, but let me just send this to Gemini. Okay, thank you so much. It's working, as you can see in the console. However, I'm getting this physics system or groups not found, raycast filtering may fail message at the bottom. So you can change the FOV and stuff. That's cool. Max ammo 30, reload time, raycast start offset. That's pretty sick, guys. I am a little bit worried. Oh, okay. Okay, that error message. Okay, remind me not to exit out of these canvases. That error message, physics system of groups not found, raycast filtering may fail, points directly to the problem. It comes from this check we added in the initialize function. If this app system rigid body groups console error, physics error system not found. The error means that when your first person movement script initialize function runs, the physics system rigid body might exist, but its groups object hasn't been fully set up yet. This is a timing issue. The script is trying to access something that isn't quite ready at the exact moment initialize is called. Instead of checking for groups in initialize, we should get the groups object inside the check ground function right before we need to use it for the filter. By the time check ground runs during the update loop, the physics system will be fully ready. Let's modify the script. Remove the check from initialize. Make sure groups is fetched inside check ground. Complete first person movement.js corrected initialize and check ground. Here's the entire script again. Copy and paste this, replacing everything in your file. Changes. Remove the physics group check for the initialize function. Move the line var groups this app rigid body groups to inside the check ground function. Added safety checks within check ground to ensure this app system rigid body and the group's object system exists before using them. Included a basic fallback raycast ignoring self if groups cannot be found, just in case. This ensures the group's object is accessed only when needed during the raycast. After the physics system should be fully initialized. Save this, parse it, and editor, and their errors should be gone. What the hell? Where do I put this? First person extends PC script type. That's not gonna work. Hold on. I'm going now. Good luck with your game, and I hope everything goes well. Good luck from Brazil. Thank you so much. I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, the jump function doesn't even work now. A listener indicated an asynchronous response by returning true, but the message channel closed before a response was received. Hold on. Why do you keep putting this at the top? It needs to be can you make sure to take the working code and only add to it, don't subtract. I'm new to this, so I need you to copy the entire script and only change what is causing the error, so I can copy and paste the entire thing. Let's see if that works. This is huge data. I mean, we need bigger data centers. We need to invest in AI. We need, like, you know, I mean, it seems to be working. You're absolutely right. My apologies for switching the class syntax. Let's stick with the PC script structure that you're comfortable with and that works with your engine version. Here's a complete working with only necessary code and reloading added to it. I think I'm like frying his brain right now. I don't know. How many lines? 382? Let's parse it. Okay. F12. Okay, the error went away. That's good. Aeroboticar. Empty clip, reload R. Okay, so... Okay, thank you. Oh shit, no, don't X out. Okay, thank you. The error went away and the console log is showing it's working. What is the next step out of the 7 that you showed me? Great, glad to hear the core mechanics, shooting, aiming, reloading are... Oh wait, does aiming work? Oh, aiming works too. Oh shit. Yo. That's sick, dude. What the Bro. How did it do that? I am so giddy like a horse right now, bro. Great, glad to hear the core mechanics are reloading your script. Based on the 7 steps we outlined earlier, you successfully completed steps 1 through 6. Setting up the model, handling input, implementing shooting, raycast, basic hitting processing, ADS, and reloading logic. The next logical step is step 7, add UI and effects. This is where you make the mechanics feel good and provide clear feedback to the player. It breaks down into a few key areas. UI, ammo display. Create text. Good luck and have a nice night. I hope you have a nice night as well. Thank you so much. I'm having a great time, actually. Like, you know how much effort this would take? Like, the people who manipulated bits on a CPU and were like, oh, like 001100 means this in human language, and 101100 means this, and 1111100 it does this. Like, they had to take voltage ons and offs and make an array, like, and then they created AI that just knows all this stuff. Okay. Ammo display. Create text elements on the screen to show current ammo, max ammo. This is crucial feedback. We need to update the to-do placeholder in the initialize, shoot, and start reload completion parts of the script to update this UI. Optional reload indicator. Show a reloading message or icon while is reloading is true. Optional crosshair. Add a simple crosshair image in the center of the screen, perhaps hiding it during ADS. Sound effects. Find or create sound files for shooting, reloading, empty clip, click, bullet impacts. Add a sound component to your player entity or the gun model entity. Assign the sound files to slots in the sound component. In the script, call this entity sound play slot name at the appropriate time. Example in shoot function, start reload function when ammo is empty. Visual effects, muzzle flash. Create a simple particle effect or a textured plane that appears briefly at the gun's barrel when firing. Instantiate, enable this effect in the shoot function. Impact effects. Create particle effects for different surface types. Sparks for metal, dust for concrete, generic puffs for others. In the shoot function, check the material or tag of the result entity that was hit and instantiate the appropriate effect at result point, oriented using result normal. Bullet casings. Eject small physics objects representing casings from the gun model during firing. That's honestly very ambitious. Let's start with the most important piece of feedback, displaying the ammo count. Would you like help adding the UI elements and updating the first-person movement script to show the ammo? We can use the same HTML approach we used for the other UI text. Yes, please. Oh my god. Literally, I'm so spoiled. In this generation, all I have to say is yes, please, and it will just do it. Man. Okay, you got it. I understand you want to keep create script structure. I apologize for switching it before. Here's your entire first person movement script using the syntax. Copy this entire code. No, that's not what I wanted. I think that yes please wasn't specific enough. It probably had to infer some stuff. Why is it telling me my location? I don't know. I'm just gonna copy this recommendation and I would like help adding the UI element script to show the ammo. We can use the same okay. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that works. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's add the ammo counter UI. We'll follow the same HTML CSS pattern. Create the HTML for the ammo counter. I'll create a new HTML for this element. Create a new HTML asset in PlayCanvas named ammo. Display that HTML and paste the code above into it. Okay. Code editor, UI HTML, new HTML. I think this is it right here. Open this. This is the... What did he want me to name it? Ammo display .html. Add CSS styling. UI styles update. Styles that's styles that CSS. Okay. Ammo display, just this one. Let's see. Update your styles, ammo rule. Update the UI to load the ammo HTML. We need to tell your UI script to load and add the ammo display content. Okay. Man. How does it remember everything? Update first person control. Finally, update your movement script to find and update the ammo text. Okay, I don't think this is the UI.js that works with the new engine. I don't think. Hold on. Can you please update it by only adding the necessary code for the ammo display HTML stuff that you just made? Let's see if that works. I think it keeps getting confused between create script. You got it. My apologies for switching back to the old syntax. Force of habit. Here's your complete UI using the ES6 class syntax. You brought it with only the necessary lines added to load and create ammo display. Summary of additions. Added the ammo display HTML display attribute. Added the line create UI element. Refine the create UI and help it slightly better handle cases where the HTML might just contain text instead of a full element. Drag your ammo display, that HTML asset, into the new ammo display HTML attribute slot. Likely bottom right on this. Okay. $120 lines of code. Okay. Now we need to go to UI, parse it, ammo display HTML. That is in this right here. Parse. Let's see if that works. I think that's all I had to do. Yeah, I mean, okay. Okay, the ammo displays, but it's not updating. It's not what is it called? Descending? deprecating. Losing ammo when I shoot. Acknowledge you want to add the ammo display element to your existing ES6 UI.js script. I will update the canvas script by adding the necessary attribute and call to create the ammo display element. I've updated the UI.js script. Make sure you have created the ammo display HTML asset as described previously. Select the entity with the UI.js script attached. Drag the ammo asset into the ammo display attribute in the inspector, save and parse. You'll then need to update your first person script to this ammo count element and update its text content when shooting or reloading. Oh, do I need to do something for first person now? You'll then need to update your first person movement JS script to find this ammo count. Okay, first of all, I think I didn't. Oh, here it is. Oh. Okay, so update. So please update first person movement. Okay, so here is the working first person movement script. Only add keep everything the same, but add the code that makes the ammo counter update on the screen. Let's see if that works. Yeah. Sorry if I'm not talking. I'm just super like tired. Okay, you got it. Let's add the ammo display logic to your working script. Keep the script syntax. Here's the complete script. Copy and paste the entire block into your first person movement file, replacing what you currently have. The additions are marked. Okay. Okay, so I think I just need to copy this into first person movement. Hold on, why is this? It was 370 before, now it's only 260? I think you got rid of a lot of the comments. I think that might be why. I think that might be why he got rid of a lot of the comments. Oh, it works. But now the mouse doesn't work. Okay, I need to tell him that. In so doing, you broke the mouse looking around function, because now it's just because now the mouse doesn't work to look around. Please redo that. Take the following code and keep it exactly the same, only updating the counter on the screen for the ammo. Make sure I can copy the entire thing and paste it. I am new at this. Refactoring ammo integration. Acknowledged. I will update the working script you provided by only adding the necessary code for the ammo, ensuring all existing functionality remains the same. Here's a complete script ready for you to copy and paste into the canvas. Pretty sure I said that the first time, but you didn't listen, Gemini. I'm just kidding. I'm just being a brat. 401. Hundred lines of code. I wonder if this will work. Let's see if that works. Oh, it does work. Okay. Still can only jump on this side of the road. Interesting. Oh, fascinating. Alright, so that works. It says, I don't know if you can see that, but on the bottom right here, it says 27 out of 30. if you watch that, it decreases until 0, and then I press R and it says reloading. I think I can keep it like that, right? Oh man, I don't know. Should I like put a press X, press R? I think. How long have I been streaming? 2 hours and 25 minutes. What should I add next? Like, that's pretty cool though. What does the console say? Hit Aeroboticar, hit building array inverted. Hit Aeroboticar. Hit Aeroboticar. Okay. Empty clip. Hit boundary wall. Building array inverted. Okay, that's cool. I mean, how hard do I want to make this game, you know? Because if someone's playing the game and if they don't notice the 0:30 thing, right? Yeah. Trying to think what to do next. Alright, let's just pretend we're playing the game. Launch the game. You get in. I think the Aeroboticar is too close, first of all. I think it should be down the road a little bit. Maybe 20. So let's launch the game so that it doesn't say press X to enter. Okay. This is like story level stuff. Do you have any ideas? Do you guys have any ideas? I guess you get in and I mean, okay, thank you, that worked. Let's see what Gemini says. I want Gemini and I to be on the same page, you know. I don't want to make any decisions by myself. Thank you, that worked. The ammo is now updating and it says reloading when I press R for press R. What do you recommend we do next? Let's see what it says. I'm literally just like Gemini's liaison for this video game. You know? I mean, I need to add enemies. I need to add like I don't know how to do story stuff. I have to ask. Not story stuff, but like how do I spawn in enemies and trigger like events so that they come in and I have to kill them and stuff like that. Excellent. It's great that the ammo counter is working correctly. You know, this honestly, where I got so far would probably take like a week back in the day, like not too long ago. It would probably take like a week to get to this point. Just like, oh man. Based on our 7-step plan, we've covered the core mechanics. The next logical step to significantly enhance the game feel is step 7, part 2, add sound effects. Right now, shooting is silent. Okay, so I need my speaker on. And running out of ammo is silent. Adding audio feedback makes the action much more satisfying and informative. Here's what I recommend we add next. Shooting sound. A distinct sound effect that plays every time the shoot function is called successfully. Reloading sound. A sound effect that plays when the start reload function begins. Empty clip sound. A click or similar sound that plays when the player tries to shoot, but current ammo is 0. How we'll do this? Find sounds. We'll need some basic .wav or .mp3 sound files. There are many free royalty-free sound effects websites like freesound.org. Always check licenses. Okay, we need sounds. How do I open this in a new tab? This is a new thing for me. Okay, so shooting sound. What kind of shooting sound are we looking for? Okay. Maybe like a paintball sound. I like the paintball. Paintball shooting sound. Yeah, I like that. Paintball. I want it to sound, you know, cock gun. Oh yeah, reload rifle. Oh, gun. Reload. Oh, that's a cool sound. How do I download it? Oh, here, download. Users that downloaded reason. Okay. Did it download though? How do I download this? Oh, that's a paintball reloading sound. I might have to edit this. Oh, you know what I could do? Actually, I'm using OBS right now. I was just gonna record it. Do I have another recording software? Recording. Sound recorder. Let's try that. No, this is. I think this is gonna record my microphone. I'm not doing that. Let's try the other website that it said. Zap Splat. Zapsplat.com. Paintball. I like the paintball sound. It's like. Well, there is a download button here, but I don't like that sound. Shooting. It's like a video sound or something. I need like a. No, that hurt my ears. Toy machine gun. Sorry if it's loud. Hold on, let me turn this down a little bit. Here, let me turn down. Wait, is this even... Oh, can you guys even hear it? Audio output. Is this even... Oh, yeah, you guys can hear it. Okay. I guess the paintball idea also, I was thinking... Maybe the toy gun, honestly. The toy machine gun. I like this one. MP3. Purchase and download instantly. Man, I'm spending a lot of money on this game already. Alright, I'll buy it. And then I also need reloading gun. No, just reloading. I don't need all that. Huh. I think this one. That part. Oh, this is a free download. Alright. Man, I gotta register. Alright. Hold on. Let me register. Peter Roman. Username. Use a Zapsplat as a YouTuber. Oh man. This guy? Actually, I could probably use that sound and the reloading sound in one fell swoop, and it's free. Sweet. Attribution required. How do I remove the attribution requirement? I have to upgrade to monthly or yearly? Here, let me just search YouTube, bro. YouTube Studio probably has YouTube Studio audio library. Let me just do that. Sound effects, gun. Let's see what that sounds like. Gunshot. I forgot. Guns are controversial. Do you have paintball gun? Paintball gun. There has to be a paintball gun. Paintball gun's shooting sound effect. Why is this 10 minutes long? No. Man, why is this? I liked this one, the freesound.org. I like this gun sound effect, shooting sound. I think I have to log in or join or something. Hold on. We sent a verification link. All right. Let's just verify it. Okay. Okay. I'm verified. We sent a verification link. I pressed it. I pressed it. I promise I did. I definitely pressed it. Resend verification link. Oh, here it is. Okay. Shooting sound. Let me do this. Gun. Paintball gun fire. Where is that one that I like originally had? Gun shooting sound. Remember? I was looking at it. Hey, maybe if I put paintball. Oh, here it is. Is that it? Okay, I am download pack. Oh, there you go. I downloaded it. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. 11 minutes. 18 sounds, 16. You are free to share, copy, distribute, and transmit, enter, remix as long as you credit the author of the sound. And do not use the sound for commercial purposes. I think I might be breaking the law because this is definitely for commercial purposes. I'm sorry, I'm breaking the law, guys. What are you gonna do? Sue me? I mean, seriously. I need a reloading sound effect. Desert Eagle reload. Printer automatic reloading. Reloading a toy gun. Reloading ammo. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Download pack. Why do I have to download the whole pack?
Want to play again?
Oh, download sound. I'm like, why am I downloading the entire thing? Stop that. Okay, and now where is paintball gun firing? Paintball gun. Actually, I kind of like the... No, because then it's going to repeat when I shoot. Don't tell me a 2 megabyte file is going to take that long. Alright, where do I put these sounds in, Gemini? Add a sound component to your player entity or maybe the gun model entity in the editor. Create slots. In the sound component, create named slots. Example, shoot, reload, empty. And assign your imported sound assets to these slots. Modify script. Update first person to call this entity sound slot name at the correct moment inside shoot, reload, and the handle mouse button. Check for empty ammo. Shall we proceed with adding the script modification for these sound effects? You'll need to find and import the actual sound files. Yes, I have the sound files. Please update the following code. Only add, don't subtract anything, and keep everything the same except the new sound entity stuff. And then go here, 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 here. Copy, paste. Let's see if that works. And then it said I just need to add, go to the player entity or gun model. I don't know. What do you recommend? I guess the gun model would probably make more sense, right? Since it's sound entity. Or sound component, I mean. Audio listener, sound. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Hopefully it doesn't like destroy anything. Alright, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. 237. Perfect. Thank you so much, Gemini. Nope. Nope. Your existing update ammo code. Nope. That is not right. Hold on. Let me just add the new stuff. New sound attributes. Let's just add this manually because he's going to destroy the code. Weapon attributes. New ammo ID attributes. New sound attributes. Okay. Initialize code. New sound component reference. This goes under initialize. Where's the null stuff? Here. Ammo element. This right here. Copy. Paste. Okay, I think that's good. And then anything else new? I'm just reading through the code. I think that's it. Reload function. I think that's it. Parse it. Parse first person movement. Ammo count. Shoot sound effect. Why are these strings? Why are these strings though? Hold on. Replace the script above. Save player. Add a sound component if it doesn't have one. In the sound component, click add slot 3 times. Name the slots exactly as defined in the attributes. Default shoot, reload, empty. Drag your imported sound assets into the corresponding slots. Adjust the shoot sound slot, reload slot sound, empty attributes in the script component if you name your slots differently. Adjust the shoot sound slot, reload sound slot, and empty clip sound slot attributes in the script component if you named your slots differently. Launch and test. Is it supposed to be a string? Shoot, reload, empty. Shoot. Let's see if that works. Shoot. Shoot is lowercase. As if it matters. I'm not sure. However, I may need to edit this sound. How do I edit? Edit with Chip Champ. Okay. First of all, I want to see if this works. But I need to create a folder. New folder, sounds. sounds. Go in there, this and this, drag those in. What is this? Reloading, and this is gun firing. Let's rename that and rename this. Now let's go into the gun model. Shoot goes this. Okay. Let's see if that works. Let's see. I don't know what Gemini did, but nope, sound doesn't work. Hold on, I don't get why it did. Hold on, let me read this. I will update it. Shoot sound, reload sound, empty sound, string attributes. Why are they string attributes? Initialize, add this sound component empty to get the sound component. Add if, okay. Add if this sound component play shoot sound, reload sound component play reload sound. Handle mouse down, play empty sound inside the empty clip condition. Next steps in editor. Replace the script content with the code above. Save and parse the script. Select your player entity. Add a sound component if it doesn't have one. Okay, my player entity needs a sound component. In the sound component, click add slot 3 times. Add slot, add slot. Name the slot exactly as defined in the attribute shoot reload. Okay, shoot. Reload empty. Drag your imported sound into the corresponding slots. Adjust the shoot sound slot, reload sound slot, and empty. So the shoot is this one. Reload is this one. Drag your imported sound asset onto the corresponding slots. Adjust the shoot sound attributes in the script component if you named your slots differently. Launch and test. Okay. Let's see. It should work, right? Am I missing something here? Am I missing something? I mean, it's not working. Delete that, maybe. Delete that. Volume is 1. Okay. Max distance, distance roll off factor. Start time, duration. Do I have to like, okay, autoplay this maybe? Let's see if that worked. Okay, that works. Okay, so maybe I just didn't add all of the code or something in first person movement. New play shoot sound. Okay. Undershoot function. I missed that one. Where's that? Prototype shoot. End mouse handler shoot function. End shoot. And then shoot function end shoot. Reload function. New play reload. Right here. Inside the start reload. So right here. And optional effects call play shoot sound right here. Copy. In the shoot function. Oh, right here. And then what is it? Empty clip. Empty clip. Where's the, like, what is that even? Empty? Oh, empty clip sound right here. New play empty clip sound. End new. Right after console.log empty clip. What is it called? Prototype handle mouse down. Console.log. Else if. It has to be in the else if. Else if this current ammo is less than 0. I'm just gonna do the whole mouse handler. Right here, this whole mouse handler thing. Let's see if that works. Alright, let's see if that works. Parse it. Parse this. Launch. Oh, it works. It works. Yeah, see how it's restarting? I didn't edit it yet. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Guys, I've been streaming for 3 hours and 4 minutes. I think I'm gonna end it. I just have to edit that clip. I'm gonna probably do that off camera. Just gonna use CapCut. If you want me to show you how I would do it, I'll just go into CapCut. The reload sound is okay, right? Your computer can run CapCut smoothly. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Create new project. Put this in here. Press play. I like that second one. Alright, how do I split this? There's a split function somewhere. Oh man, I forgot how to use CapCut. I think S or split. Control B is Control B. Alright, and then export. Export. You're using the following pro feature. Extract audio. Oh man, alright, hold on. Sign in with Google. Okay, export. There's no way that I have to pay for this. I already paid for it like a long time ago. Video. Audio right here. Audio. MP3 file. This is called Gunshot. Open. Oh, I'm sorry, you weren't looking. I just, yeah, it's right here now. Let's see if it works. Perfect. It's a little long. It's a little long. But let's go here. Put gunshot in here and then replace the shot with this guy. Let's see if that works. MP3 not supported. Okay, no big deal. Just export in a .wav. Gunshot WAV. Or like that, or whatever. Gunshot. Put you in there. Gunshot. Let's launch it. See if that works. WAV not supported? What are you talking about, bro? What about it is not supported? Let me see if I can. So I can hear it in the engine, in the editor, but I can't hear it in the game. That doesn't make sense. hold on. Maybe I can use movie editor. Movie Studio, I think it's called. I think I still have the Platinum 14. Maybe just CapCut doesn't extract it right or export it right. They don't like that format that they use. Let me see if I can use YouTube's Movie Studio. Put this in here. Render as MP3. Maybe it has to be like low quality or something, medium quality. Let's see that. Downloads. Okay. Gunshot. Please work. Let's put please gunshot work over here. Player. Gunshot WAV. Gunshot please work. Launch it. Oh, reload. Oh, it works. Reload. Alright, well, I'm getting those errors because... Well, I don't know why I'm getting those errors. Gunshot, this one. And this one can go away. Delete. Let's see if the errors go away. Okay, it works. You hear me clicking it? You hear me clicking the left mouse button? And then reload works. You know what? Let me just find an empty clip. Let me just find an empty clip sound effect, because I was like, why isn't it shooting? Empty clip sound effect. Click clong. Empty gun. Oh yeah, this one. Download sound. Thank you so much. MD goes to this one, I think. Launch it. Let's see if it works. Yes, it worked. So now when it's empty, it makes this sound. Okay. Sick. Now I just need to add an animation. I need to add an animation at the tip of the gun so that you see. And then I need to add animations to the enemies. And I need to add a health bar. And I need to add a health bar for me. And then I need to, and I think that's it. But I am starving, so I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you for coming along, helping me work with this, helping me figure this out, watching me play this game. I should do a sound effect for the Aeroboticar as well, so that when you're flying it, you can hear it. And I know exactly what sound to use. I'll do all that, tomorrow. I've spent 3 hours on this today, so I think that's going to be it for me. Thanks for coming along. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys very, very soon.